Hi guys, this is going to be the answers and review for the test we're going to have over graphing tables and equations. So I want to make sure that you understood the study guide. Let's start with question 1. Which graph could match the situation described below? A car traveling 48 miles per hour slows to 25 miles per hour over the first 5 seconds. It maintains that speed for the next 5 seconds and then slows down to a stop for the last 5 seconds. So speed is on our dependent axis right here, and as you're going up the axis, the speed's getting higher. So what we're looking for is that at first it's slowing down from 48 to 25. So we're looking for a line that's going to start going down. Obviously this is A. Let's make sure that the rest of it works. So we start up here, and that's going to be approximately 48. We're slowing down here to 25. It stays steady and then slows down again to a stop for the last 5 seconds. So let me know if you have any questions about that one. Question number 2, more graphs. Which graph most closely describes the height of an elevator over the course of 2 trips from the ground floor to the top floor? So 2 trips from the ground floor, so the elevator starts at the ground floor, it's going to go all the way to the top floor, then back down, then back up, then back down. So starting at the ground floor, I see 2 graphs that we could look at. Graph 2 and graph 4. Okay? Here on graph 4, it looks like we go up, it stays somewhere for a little bit, then we go up, it stays somewhere, and then it goes up again. Graph 2, it starts, it goes up, it comes back down, it goes up, it comes back down. So that's going to be graph 2 for that elevator ride that you're doing 2 times. So make sure on the test, because in this case the graphs are in order 1, 2, 3, 4. They may not be on the test. I could do graph 2, 4, 3, 1. Okay? So make sure you're looking at that when you're circling your answers. Graph number 3. The graph shows the amount of gas in the tank of Sharon's car during her trip to her mom's house. Okay? So this is a 2-part question. So when you're reading this, be careful. Here's the questions are at the bottom. At what point does Sharon finish filling the gas tank, and when did she do it? Approximately how many gallons did she put into the tank? Okay, so the first part of the question is asking when did she fill the tank, and the second part of the question is asking how many gallons she put in the tank. So if she starts driving, here's the number of gallons. They get bigger as they go up on the dependent axis. So here she starts the trip. Obviously she's driving and her gas is going down. And then here the gas isn't doing anything, so she must have stopped, and then a sharp increase in gas, and then she's driving again and using more gas. So right here obviously is where she's putting in the gas. So that's going to be somewhere around 7 o'clock. So we can look at answer A here and answer D. Let's look at the second part and see if that helps us decide. Answer A says she put in 6 gallons, and answer D says she put in 7 gallons. So here, when she stops, she has 5 gallons left in her car. When she's done putting in gas, she has 11 gallons in her car, so that means she put in 6 gallons. So the answer is going to be A. The answer for number 3 is going to be A. All right, next page. Question number 6. Here, John starts a saving account with $100. Every week he adds $6 to account. Which equation can be used to determine the number of weeks W after which John's account reaches 220? So if you remember the corn maze, when we're trying to figure out the amount of people that were coming, the amount of money we got for people, it was $8 per person. So it was 8 times n, the number of people. So here, it's $6 per week W. So the first part is going to be 6 times W, so the answer could be either A, B, or C. We can cross off D. And then he starts it with $100, so that's going to be adding $100 to it. And this is like, when is it going to be equal to 220? So the answer here is A, 6 times the number of weeks plus the original 100 that he put into the account. Okay. Question 7. There are 3 large marbles, 2 medium marbles, and 5 marbles in a bag. If one of the marbles is chosen randomly, what is the probability that a small marble is chosen? Well, there are 5 small marbles. So that's going to be my numerator. This is just like choosing cards in class. And total, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5 is 10. There's 10 marbles. So your chances are going to be 5 out of 10. But I don't see that being one of my answers. So since they're in fraction form, I'm going to look for an answer that is the same as 5 over 10, right? An equivalent fraction. 3 over 10, 1 over 5, 1 over 3, and 1/2. 5 over 10 is obviously the same as 1/2, so the answer is going to be D. Okay. Question 8, reviewing that formula for area of a rectangular prism. Here we have the base and the width of this, or the base and the width of this here are 2 times 2. That's square. So that's going to be 4. And then we multiply it by how tall it is. That's also going to be 4. So 2 times 2 times 4 is going to be 16. Inches cubed. Remember, the units for volume are cubed because we're using those 3 numbers. It's in 3 dimensions. If you forget how to do this, think about that moving truck for that video that we watched for finding volume, where you find the volume of the area of the base. Remember that cool website he used where he was showing us the layers? You find the area of one layer, and then you have to multiply it by how many layers there are. So 2 times 2 is 4, and then there's 4 layers of 4. It's going to be 16 inches cubed. Okay. Question number 6, the cost of taxi trips versus distance is shown in the graph below. What is the cost of a 1.5 kilometer trip? This goes back to where we're talking, we need to predict that because that number is not on there. Here are the kilometers. They're getting bigger as x is getting bigger. Obviously, the more miles or the more kilometers I go, the more I'm going to have to pay my taxi. We're looking at a 1.5 kilometer trip. So it's going to be right in the middle here between 1 and 2. I'm going to follow that up to the line. Follow that over. Okay. And my answer is going to be directly in between 2 and 3. So hopefully you realize that's going to be $2.50. I'm going to stop here and start a new video for the last 3 pages because I only have so much time for each video. So make sure that you watch this one and the next video.